The upcoming program is entitled Carissimi, Jephte and Missa armé, and it is a program for a large vocal ensemble and instruments, and it's a very exciting program. Some of you might know about this composer Giacomo Carissimi, and you can probably guess that he's from Italy, which he is. He is a fascinating composer. He was born just around those years when the Baroque era really started at the beginning of the 17th century. And you might not know this, but the church ruled what entertainment could be held in Rome. So there was a powerful adherence to the holidays. How interesting. So the long time of Lent, the period at the beginning of the year, opera, which was obviously like musical here today, and perhaps also some TV shows, was entirely forbidden. So some composers, and Giacomo Carissimi is among them, composed sacred music and started to put all of the drama into these works. Behind the scenes, they were called substitute operas. So this is what Giacomo Carissimi specialized in. I think he wrote about 16 sacred oratorios that are in fact little operas, and not little in their expression. He was a genius in translating drama and expressing the power of the text. On our program is one of these oratorios, and perhaps one of the most famous ones, Jephte. The story itself is incredibly dramatic, and so are many stories in the Old Testament. If you actually read some of these stories, they are hair-raising. This story is about a battle in which the king goes out and needs to win over his opponent so much that he makes a covenant with God and says, if I win this battle, you can take and kill the first person that I see upon my return. Needless to say that he went into battle and won that battle. He comes back, and who dances out with her maids to greet him? His only beloved daughter. And so he is horrified when he sees her and tells her what has happened. And she accepts her fate. She asks him for a period of grace to go into the desert by herself and lament the ending of her young life. And at this point, Carissimi, after all of this drama, composes probably one of the most mournful and also famous choruses, a lament, that concludes this oratorio. It's a true lament in 6 voices and instruments. It's full of dissonances and outcries. This whole work is about drama. Our cast is young soprano Agnes Coakley-Cox from Boston, Jephthe's daughter. Jephte is Pablo Bustos, tenor from Rochester, New York. And other soloists are Christine Gornstein, alto, who is one of the narrators, and Peter Becker, bass baritone from New York City. Crescendo vocal ensemble will be joined by period instruments. I will direct from the organ. The second piece on this program is a 12-voice mass, L'Homme Armé. L'Homme Armé was one of these chansons, themes, like probably comparable nowadays to a pop song. That was probably one of the most famous songs in its time. In over 100 years, probably from the end of the 15th century to the end of the 16th century, there were more than 40 big compositions written on this theme. So composers use this theme, which is a cry to battle, times of the Crusades, right? So these songs were sung to really give expression to what was happening. It's sadly not so far off from what's happening in the world today. So there is a connection that viscerally connects us with these songs. So this battle cry is crafted into a mass for 12 voices in which 3 choral groups are in dialogue. Each of them has 4 voices and instruments. Some of these voices are also solo voices. It's a fascinating piece. And throughout this Mass, whether one realizes at the time or not, in some places it's very obvious, you hear this melody of this chanson. L'homme, l'homme, l'homme armé, l'homme armé, l'homme armé, l'homme armé da chacun homme. So this is just a part of this chanson, so you can feel this energy. It's coming up soon, don't miss it.